Hello, computers on the internet. Welcome back. Trying to figure out what.
Excuse me.
Yeah, excuse you. What to present here.
Mm.
Something to do with a snowmobile.
You want to turn the light on at least?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
It's probably part of the issue of why I'm getting so sleepy. It's dark.
Yeah. Maybe I should ask her about the other thing, real quick. Because there are two options.
Oh, yeah, you already asked about the snowmobile. You asked about the tracks?
Yeah. If you really did move the body by snowmobile, then there should be tracks left in the snow, right?
Well, yes, naturally you would expect tracks.
His picture was presented as yesterday's trial. Are these the tracks from that ride? Yes, I think they are. But I can only see one set of tracks here. I don't see what's so strange about that. Snow was still falling when I left Hazakura Temple.
I see. Snow is still falling, huh?
And when the murder took place, it had already stopped.
The timing of the snow falling when she left and when she was coming back, it had already stopped. That's why the tracks are still there. That seems consistent with what was presented yesterday, right?
Yes.
Isn't that literally what we had said with this picture?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
That's why there's such fresh-looking tracks.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What do you think about this testimony?
Sure, it's very important. When the murder took place, the snow had already stopped? That doesn't make sense if you stack it up against the other evidence. Your Honor, I'd like the statement I was just made to be added to the testimony.
But does it have something to do with the case?
All will be made clear if you allow her statement to be added to the record.
Ha! This should be fun. You, let's get this snow business cleared up now, shall we?
Yes, sir. There have been a lot of contradictions in your testimony so far. This time, are you sure it's all true? Yes, I am. When the murder happened, the snow had already stopped. According to you, that's why the snowmobile tracks were so clear. That's right. I'm certain of it. I think I've trapped her this time.
I see how you think. Snow, huh? Well, what is going on here?
If the snow really had stopped by the time of the murder, it'd mean there's a bigger hole in the story than that movie, The Grid Revelations. What?
Matrix.
Oh, okay.
Revolution.
Gotcha. Okay.
Ha! Well then, Mr. Trite, perhaps you'd like to share your theory with us. Let's see what's up your sleeve, or rather, at the end of your index finger.
Right. I don't want to believe it. Oh, blah blah blah. Okay, yeah. Okay, so, what? No, I actually thought
Would you...
the crystal ball, because it was buried in snow.
No, it's the fucking weather report.
You are absolutely correct. You are absolutely incorrect.
What? That's literally what says what...
Maybe the picture itself? No, that would make sense.
Is it the picture of the body because there's no snow on top of it?
Well, did you try it? No. I didn't think that would be it either, because that's kind of irrelevant. Because if the body had been moved, then even if it were still snowing, there still wouldn't be snow on the body because it was moving.
Right.
No. Okay, I thought maybe you... By the time of the place, snow already stopped falling. I feel like I'm missing something obvious.
What's the crime photo? We already tried that one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Okay. I don't know why it would be, but I thought just to be, because sometimes we've had things where
we just show the thing again, and it does it.
Yeah. So we need to prove that snow was still falling when the murder took place, right?
Yes.
That's why I really thought it would be the orb. But I
Mm.
guess not. No, I don't know why that would be. I don't know.
Mm.
Gosh darn it.
I
And it should be obvious, I feel, because Nick, Phoenix was like, now I've got her. And
Right.
we're just like, no. I don't know why it would be, but I'm just trying everything, I guess.
I guess so.
I feel really stupid right now.
Is it?
No. What's your idea?
Somehow, I don't know why, but is it Shichi Shito for some reason? I don't exactly know how it...
No.
No, okay.
That wouldn't make sense, but I thought I'd,
Humor me?
yeah.
Hmm. See, the weather data is the only thing to me that makes sense because it proves that, like, there was snow from 7 to approximately 10 minutes before 11 o'clock.
Right.
Proving that snow was still falling when the murder took place because it was supposed to take place sometime between 10 and 11.
I thought maybe this because of the burning bridge, but no. Is it the autopsy? No. I feel so dumb right now!
Well, start at the beginning and just work your way right, I guess.
Like from the evidence?
Well, yeah. Not with your stuff, but I mean, you know, the...
Oh. Well, we kind of already know that is a contradiction. Because Phoenix is like, yeah, now I've got her, you know?
Right.
So this has to... Whoops. Gosh darn it. This has to be what we use it on. Right? It has to be. No. I thought maybe I saw her and she gave me the hood and... I don't know. I'm just trying everything. Whoops. Why do I feel dumb? Well, I mean, I know why I feel dumb, but I don't know why.
We already tried the dagger, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there a person we're supposed to present?
I don't think so.
Because literally, if we do this, it's like... Yeah. If the snow is not falling, there's an even bigger hole. So we know for a fact that that's what we need to get her on.
Okay. That being said...
Whoops. So, snow had to have still been falling. How can we prove that snow was still falling?
Well, other than the weather data report, I don't know.
How is it not the ball?
I don't know.
Is it really not?
I guess not. So then what else could it possibly be?
I can try the weather data again, maybe... No. Snow was still falling. Snow was still falling. What proves that snow was still falling when the murder took place? I don't know why it would.
I'm so lost, man. I don't know. Alright, time to break out the annual guide.
Fuck. I really wish it didn't have to come to that.
Me too.
I feel like once we learn what it is, we're gonna feel so dumb. Cause like, oh, of course that's why. Why didn't we think of that sooner?
We're at, what, moving the body?
Uh,
Cross-examination?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, so we're presenting... It is the weather report, but it's not on the last one. It's on the fourth one.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
That's the third. It's the next one.
My bad. Whoop.
Anyway, we'll just from there just move 4 over and...
Yeah, just close the guide.
Yeah, I did. Next.
Are you sure?
No.
That doesn't seem right.
It's supposed to be on the fourth one, it said.
Okay, so, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 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 I think I understand. There would have been... Actually, no, I don't. Because if snow's still falling, then... I was thinking maybe, like, the dragging the body would have left behind a trail, but then if it's still snowing, then that doesn't actually contradict that. Let's find out why they say. You claim the snow had stopped already when the murder occurred. But I'm sorry, Iris, that just isn't possible. What? This is the weather data from the night of the murder. According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50 p.m. You couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge at that time. Why do you say that? Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire in the...
Yeah. Okay.
And that's actually why I tried to present Larry's picture, because it showed the burning bridge.
Right.
But, I guess they don't count Larry's picture as the burning bridge itself, it's just Larry's picture.
Yeah. Oh well.
We're very sorry that we're stupid sometimes. Like, we
were so smart a couple episodes ago, and now we're just... we're as dumb as Gumshoe, honestly. Dumber.
We have our moments of genius, and we have our moments of sheer stupidity.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone can attest, like everyone can relate to that, honestly.
Probably.
Because, sometimes you're stupid, sometimes you're smart.
Something. What's Raymond's favorite saying? Vis-a-vis or some shit? Vis-a-vis?
Something like that. It's like a roller coaster of intelligence.
You must be at least this dumb to ride.
What did you say? The bridge, it was on fire?
You don't mean to say you didn't know about it? It was because of the lightning strike that the bridge burned down.
What? But it can't be. It looks like you saw and figured it out. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of the real defense attorney. No, except I totally did, and you had to look it up.
Order.
The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right, the inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way you could have crossed that bridge. Body or no body.
Witness, even my patience has its limits. Any further lying, and I will find you in contempt of court. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
The only person here that is truly contemptible is you. Old man.
Me? How dare you?
Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now.
Squat?
The important thing now is to find out the truth. Isn't that right?
Yes, of course, but...
Whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not, there are two facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of Lily Stoneham was discovered in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. And second, the head nun, Sister Bikini, witnessed Iris desecrating Lily Stoneham's body.
He makes a good point on both accounts. That's right. I'm not lying.
What are you claiming this time?
I wasn't myself at the at all that night, so my memory is somewhat hazy. You have stood on that witness stand and testified this entire time. Are you telling us now that your memory of that night is hazy?
It is only human to err. If you're so perfect, Trite, maybe you can explain this one to the court.
What is it?
When the murder happened, the bridge had already burnt down. But somehow the body traveled across the bridge and was found in the temple courtyard. Perhaps you have some kind of perfect explanation for this little magic trick?
Well, not exactly, no. There must be some other way she got across that burned out bridge. Unless I can somehow demonstrate it, we'll never know the truth.
It looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation.
You don't think... This is gonna sound crazy.
That's what we do? Obviously.
Yeah, what if there's some kind of, like, catapult, right? Hear me out. Hear me out.
You know, it's stupid, but I was kind of wondering the same thing.
What if the person Larry saw flying was actually... What if it was Misty Faye's body being, like, catapulted across the bridge?
Into the fucking courtyard?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm not gonna put that out of the realm of possibility because it is a thought that has crossed my mind more than once. But at the same time,
yeah,
a catapult?
It's fucking crazy, man. It's bonkers, insane, stupid.
And yet,
we can't rule it out.
Apparently.
You see what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest that this lady's testimony isn't the truth.
Yeah. Alright then, witness, let's hear your testimony once more.
About what, Your Honor?
Excuse me. You have admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that to your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. Will this be your final testimony? Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. So I must have just got confused, I guess. Was the so-so falling, or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Are you saying that there's a way to cross a burning bridge? Yeah, we're gonna use Larry's picture. For sure. No question.
Cross a burning bridge?
By yucking it across.
Apparently that's a thing that spiritual powers give you. The ability to just yeet bodies or some shit. I don't fucking know. So it was just a misunderstanding, I see.
This is a photo of Dusky Bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. It was taken on the morning after the incident.
It certainly was burned to a crisp, and one of the suspension wires even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall.
So not a catapult, but did they somehow use the suspension wire?
How?
Well, it has a lot of tension, wouldn't it?
Yes, but when it snapped, I can't imagine it would do anything except just fall. I don't see how tension or not, it's holding up a bridge. And if it was cut off at the end, away from the bridge, you know, near the mooring post or whatever, where it used to be, you know, stuck to,
yeah,
it would just simply fall. It wouldn't have any sort of, like, snap to it to, like, fling the body anywhere.
Well, that's just a theory.
Yeah. A neat idea, but it wouldn't work that way. If anything, the body would still be attached to the wire and just dangling underneath the bridge.
Maybe.
If they did it that way. Like you're suggesting.
Maybe. Let's just move on. Let's just move on.
Alright. Clearly, it would be impossible to carry a corpse across a bridge in this condition.
Unless I do something to discredit this testimony, it's going to be deemed as the truth, and Maya will be accused of murder.
Trite, I'm only going to say it one more time. It is only human to err, and only humans can spot the errors of our ways.
The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes.
What an enigma.
Right.
Alright, Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination.
Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. Oh wait, I already read that. I have to... Yes, but if the snow had already stopped when the incident took place, I couldn't have crossed the bridge, naturally. But I think it's just like Mr. Godot said. The body did make it across somehow. But you seemed to be quite sure of yourself when you gave your testimony. You said you were sure the snow had already stopped. I'm terribly sorry. I was wrong. Does she really think an apology is going to get her off the hook? This is no joke. You're giving sworn testimony in a court of law. Well, Mr. Wright, let me ask you a question. Do you remember what the weather was like 1 week ago today? Huh? Well, naturally it was, You see? It's not that easy to remember, is it? But if it had been some kind of special day, I would have remembered. For example, it was pouring rain on the day of my elementary school graduation.
No one wants to hear your childhood traumas, Trite.
What?
By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. If you insist on obsessing over that one statement, let's see some proof. Show some evidence that the body somehow crossed the bridge while it was on fire.
Yeah, they're basically spelling it out for us. Whoop, 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 whoop. I didn't mean to do that. Well, I don't see why there couldn't be a way across. Mr. Wright, do you think that sounds a bit silly? A dead body crossing a burning bridge? Did anyone actually witness such a thing?
Ha! If there was, I don't think you'd call someone like that a witness. After all, a dream isn't the same as actually seeing something.
Come on this way. I owe it to everyone to figure this out. But how do you transport a body across a burning bridge? Even I don't know if they examined that answer yet. It's okay. Even if I don't know the answer yet, it's okay. I'll start by examining all my evidence and see where it takes me. I've got to be like a shark. If I don't keep moving, I'm good as dead. That's a good analogy. Saving always because just in case. I did not mean to do that. I meant to hit present. Yes, yes, yes. Wrong button. I'm sorry. What are you hmming about? What are you hmming about?
Just you.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. A dead body's flying over a burning bridge. I wouldn't exactly rule out the possibility.
Whoa, what?
Ha! You're saying it's possible? Don't make me laugh. The only thing that's possible about your client is that it's been pulled out of thin air.
I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen.
Preposterous! Who is it? Who is this witness?
I can't chicken out here. I've got to keep on the attack and go, go, go. Miss Lisa Dunham's brilliant and highly gifted apprentice, Maurice Dunham.
Glitched?
Brilliant, high gifted apprentice? There you go. Remember what he said in his testimony? That night he was at the Nunchuck, Heavenly Hall, and that's when he witnessed the event. I think you've all seen the sketch before. It's the exact drawing of what he witnessed that night.
Are you serious? Today's not April Fool's Day, is it? Mr. Wright, are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air? And you're using this pathetic scribble to support your argument?
Uh-oh. And the judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket. Oh, Johnny.
Well, Trite, there's nowhere for you to hide now. Other than looking like it was drawn by a 6-year-old, does the sketch prove anything?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it does, and I'm going to prove it,
Wow. I'm going to prove that it proves something.
Yeah, this is exactly.
Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down. If you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with this sketch?
Upside down? Why did Godot say that? Aha! Okay, so maybe my suspension theory has some weight.
That it wasn't actually her flying through the air, but her
rather
dangling underneath it.
It was swinging. So the dead body swung to the other side.
That would also fit with what I was talking about how it would swing over and not be flung.
Yes.
Alright, then let's hear the defense's theory. What exactly is this sketch trying to show?
I don't think old Whiskerface is going to forgive any more mistakes. Alright, Phoenix, look carefully and think it over. This sketch drawn by Larry Dunham is... a complete contradiction, I guess.
Wouldn't it be the other way around of it being exactly what happened?
I mean, no, because we need to look at it from upside down.
Right. So it'd be exactly what happened, but just
Yeah, but
under,
I think they're going to take it literally.
Oh, okay, so you think that would still be a...
Yeah.
Okay.
There's something obviously funny about the sketch.
I'm no art critic, but even I can see that.
No, that's not what I mean, Your Honor. Larry Dunham stated it over and over, that this sketch was exactly as he saw it.
He's upside down.
Yeah.
Not...
However, if we're to believe this testimony, then the sketch contradicts reality as we know it. It contradicts reality?
Ha! This is getting interesting. Looks like you're back to that finger pointing thing again. Okay, Trey, so what exactly contradicts reality as we know it?
The woman?
I think the wires, right? It's the wire connected to the bridge.
The wire?
Ha! Is that the thing that contradicts reality?
It is indeed.
That shows the reality it supposedly conflicts with. Show us something that will point out how the sketch contradicts reality.
Probably the...
That's a photo of Dusky Bridge, correct?
Yes. Now, compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. In the sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires. But on the actual Dusky Bridge,
Jumping Jehoshaphat!
the wires are below the guard wires.
What? Order! This sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo. However, isn't it likely that the artist just saw it wrong?
Or perhaps that he drew it wrong.
Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong.
With someone like Larice, I admit a mistake is a definite possibility. But that begs the question. Why did he make a mistake? What was the reason?
Are you saying you know the answer to that?
Listen, think back, alright? Remember what Larice was doing when he had witnessed the event. He was at the Heavenly Hall, waiting for a lover that was never going to come. He waited, and finally he lied down. But then, lightning shoots from the sky and sets the bridge aflame. Now ponder what sort of position Larry must have been in at the time. He was lying on his back, which is why he remembered the scene the way he did.
He was lying on his back? I can't see how it relates.
But it does, Your Honor. That is the reason why the wires in the sketch go up instead of down.
Ah!
No way.
Larice Dunham witnessed the event while he was lying on his back, face up. In other words, the scene that he saw was actually upside down.
Talk about turning it upside down, holy shit.
Right.
So then, this sketch should actually...
I think you finally get it, Your Honor. The correct way to view Larice Dunham's sketch is like this. This is how it should actually look. The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge, he was actually swinging below. That's right, just like a pendulum.
Ridiculous! Order!
Of all the things to say, a pendulum?
The bridge was burning to a crisp. There was no way to get across it. But if the body had been found at the inner temple, it would have caused problems. This is where the criminal decided to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side, and the pendulum was the only way to get it done.
Let's think about this for a minute, shall we? Dusky Bridge is about 20 yards long, which means it's about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff.
Yes, that sounds right.
In order to cover that distance with a pendulum, you'd need a rope at least 10 yards long. To get a rope that long, you'd have to plan ahead.
The lightning strike at that night could only have been an accident, so it doesn't make sense that the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand. So then, they didn't have to get the rope already. The rope was already right in front of them.
What?
And I'm saying that it was just a matter of using what was already there.
In that case, Mr. Wright, please give us an explanation to support your theory. What makes you think the criminal had the rope on hand to create a pendulum?
Probably this again.
And the meaning of this is...
If you want to know where the rope came from, it's hanging right in front of your glorious beard.
This is one of the wires from the bridge.
When the lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the suspension wires came loose from its anchor. The criminal didn't have any time to waste, so they tied the wire around Elise Dunham's body.
Oh my god.
Because there's simply no other way to move the body.
Huh.
Mr. Gano. It seems that Mr. Gano is more focused on his coffee than answering my question. It seems that the odds of a rope being readily available were very high, so I suppose that it's not an impossibility after all.
Possible or impossible? That's not the question we need to ask. There's only one question. Did that really happen? Try it. I wonder if you could prove what happened to us. Do you have any actual evidence that the body was swung over like a pendulum?
That's why it fell from 10 feet in the autopsy. What'd you pick?
I chose the ball.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Looking at the map, we can see it's the one that was in front of the inner temple.
So then, that was the spot where the criminal...
Yes, precisely. Now let us consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. If the body was pushed from this point here, it would drop on the opposite bank at approximately this point.
Did you say drop?
Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank. What? What makes you think something like that happened? Because I have evidence that suggests her body dropped some distance. What kind of evidence? The autopsy. Take a look at this autopsy report. It says here that the body fell about 10 feet after her death.
10 feet, huh?
That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body overswung due to the forward momentum, but then came loose and fell about 10 feet. And then, as a result of the landing impact, this crystal sphere was knocked loose. That's... Yes, this blood-stained amethyst crystal. It's the one that came off of Miss Elise Dunham's staff. And even more importantly, this is the place where the crystal was sphere is found.
Indeed, and I believe it's already marked on this overhead map. The crystal was found...
Precisely, Your Honor. In the very spot, the pendulum would have arrived if given the right amount of speed.
This explains your theory quite well, Mr. Wright. You've provided us with a way the body could have been moved that night. An impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive.
I was wondering what that noise was.
Mr. Wright?
I thought this cold coffee might help cool you down.
Well, what is the meaning of this, Mr. Cano?
That was a dark and bitter guess that you made, Trite. But you forgot about one thing.
Oh, and what would that be?
The aroma.
Huh?
A coffee's most reliable accomplice is its deep and profound aroma.
The rest of the court doesn't speak Coffinese. Can you elaborate a bit more?
If the criminal had sent the body to the other side like you say, then naturally there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it.
An accomplice?
The criminal wasn't able to cross Dusky Bridge. So, who collected the body? What do you have to say about that, Trite?
Mr. Godot is correct. This can't be the work of a single person. Well, Mr. Wright, you know what you must do.
Yes, Your Honor. The body can never be made to Hazakura Temple without an accomplice.
Very well then, if you please, Mr. Wright. Who is the person that received the body on the Hazakura Temple side?
Obviously... It can only be you, Sister Iris. Huh? But I don't see why you're so surprised. The only way to transport the body from Dusky Bridge is by snowmobile. But with her bad back, Suzuki King can never pick up a body like that. You're the only one that could have managed it.
Trite, were you even listening to the witness's testimony? On the night of the crime, this little cutie pie was on cleanup duty in the inner temple garden after the mother-daughter bloodbath.
I haven't forgotten, but have you, Mr. Godot? This witness was also seen at Hazakura Temple, desecrating the corpse of the victim.
Strange indeed. It's almost as if, on that night, the defendant was in two different places at the same time.
Sister Iris, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony? Mention what? The pendulum, of course. Using the sketch drawn by an eyewitness, I have established how the body was moved using the burnt-out bridge. Which means it's now a fact that this occurred. Something you should have already known. No, I had no idea. I didn't know anything about a pendulum. But the body couldn't have passed through along the outside without your help. So you would have known about it. In fact, it'd be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing. Unless you're not really Iris to begin with. What? How can you say that, Mr. Wright?
What kind of nonsense is this? You're saying that this witness isn't Iris of Hazakura Temple?
This is going a direction I didn't expect.
Are you serious, Trite? You mean this woman is...
There's no one besides Iris who could have received the corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach this whole trial. Why her whole demeanor changed so suddenly from yesterday. And why she's trying to pin this murder on Maya. The woman that's standing here on this witness stand. Her real name. I never thought I'd have to utter your name again. Let alone see you. It's been a long time, Dahlia Hawthorne.
Hawthorne?
Sister Iris has a twin sister. And you've been looking at her, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
That name rings some bells. Distant bells, but bells nonetheless.
It's just your imagination, Gramps. This file contains all the relevant data about Dahlia Hawthorne.
Jeez, I've been trying to find a good stopping point, because we're already near 40 minutes, but it
keeps going.
It keeps going, yeah.
Oh yes, I remember now. That case 5 years ago.
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor is all mine.
No, the honor's all mine. Oh, but according to this, the Dahlia Hawthorne is already dead. It says her execution was carried out last month.
So what? Death has no meaning in this courtroom.
Well, what? Order! Whoa.
Wait a moment. How can you... My sister, she's already dead. What kind of... You of all people should already understand. After all, the blood of the master of the crane channeling technique flows within that body.
The crane channeling technique? Now, where have I heard that?
That's right. You're not Dahlia Hawthorne herself. You're the spirit of Dahlia, currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium.
What an exciting story. Exciting, but quite impossible. You're asking us to buy that Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled by someone on the very night of the murder to a temple where her twin sister, Iris, was?
Well, if you're going to put things that way, then yes.
We're supposed to believe a coincidence like that just happens?
Naturally, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning. It was all written right here in these instructions. Ah, what's that? These instructions were written by your mother, Morgan Fay. As part of the plan called for Dahlia Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there were 2 irises at her Hazakura temple.
2 of them?
Even the time of the channeling was planned out. As soon as you hear the lights out bell. In other words, 10 p.m. However, Iris is seen sometime before dinner.
That means the Iris that was at dinner was the real Iris.
And the Iris who gave me the hood in the main hall was also the real Iris. Meaning that Iris, the Iris Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple, was someone else dressed as her, namely, one Dahlia Hawthorne.
Do you even know what you're saying, Trite? This whole channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne business. Yes, it's true that you found plans that talk about it. However, there's one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently standing in the witness stand is the real Iris.
What?
Calm down and remember what you know about the night of the crime. After meeting Sister Bikini, the Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled would have been stranded at the inner temple due to the lightning strike. It was later that the body was moved by the pendulum.
That's right.
Naturally, that would mean that the Iris that received the body was the real Iris. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hazakura Temple's main hall. There they found Iris in her room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center.
Yes, I suppose. I can't deny any of that.
Whew, thank goodness. It looks like he's finally convinced.
But something still seems off. Way off. I'm still not convinced that Iris here is the same one from the other night.
Ha! I suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous? Like, the real Iris and the spirit of Dahlia somehow switched places?
So, switched places? To be perfectly honest, there are still quite a few things I don't understand, but I do know that unless we can confirm the witness's identity, we can't continue with this trial.
Iris doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel Dahlia, which means they must have switched places somewhere.
Well, Mr. Wright, since the time she was arrested at Hazakura Temple, have there been any chances for Iris to switch places with Dahlia Hawthorne?
Well, obviously there was one. There has to have been. But
Yes.
I'm not 100% sure where.
I'm not sure either. Your Honor, I think there might have been one chance.
Oh, explain yourself.
Yesterday, for a few minutes, Iris's whereabouts were unknown.
No. Really?
I guess.
Unknown. What do you mean?
What I mean is, there was a span of time which Iris was able to move about freely, unsupervised.
Well, who was it? Who would give a murder suspect time to move about freely like that?
I'm sorry. I know you didn't mean to. It wasn't your fault. The person who gave Iris this chance was Edgeworth.
This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it?
Your Honor, there was a fairly large earthquake yesterday, was there not?
An earthquake?
Earthquake! Oh my goodness! Blah blah blah! We already read this.
Yeah. Gosh, so needy.
I know.
How could I have? She fled. She escaped.
We went to the inner temple right away. And it's true, Iris was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at training hall, I was met by none other than Dahlia Hawthorne.
That's quite enough already, Mr. Wright. Now see here. No judge in his right mind would consider the idea of spirit channeling and...
Be quiet.
Yep.
Holy shit.
It's been a long time, Mr. Judge.
That voice.
Guess I'll have to ask again. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules.
Dahlia Hawthorne, and my current profession, permanently retired.
Ha. So you're not going to bother hiding your identity anymore, huh?
Why should I? After all, I'm dead. There's really nothing you can do to punish me.
Well, what is going on here? So who's channeling her currently?
I don't know. Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought I'd meet her again, and I never thought we'd meet like this. But this time, I'll end it. For her, and for myself. And
Holy shit.
There's our stopping point.
Yeah.
45-minute episode, why not?
Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, on the next episode, guys, we'll probably finish this off, honestly.
I
mean,
can't imagine there's much more left.
Right.
So, what happened to Iris? Is she okay?
I don't know.
Because that seems to prove that she's mostly innocent in all this.
Yeah.
The only thing she did was help move the body and plant a little bit of evidence, but she was doing it out of the kindness of her heart and trying to defend Maya, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, is that really something that she's going to be charged with?
I mean, technically, she would still be an accomplice to murder.
How so? She didn't actually do anything related to the murder itself. She just moved the body. So,
well,
accessory, but not necessarily accomplice.
Well, okay, maybe accessory, but still, that has some kind of punishment. Maybe not as severe, though.
Definitely not.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, we're close to the end, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Yeah. We'll see you next time.